gap in understanding. And I'll explain to you in a very simple way how Corona is eradicating a lot of problems. With the Corona and Gans number one, as you understand, you have a lot of what do you call it, um, based on Zn, CO2, CO, and magnesium, and calcium, and potassium. And if you understand it, this operation, as you are wrapping your head with a cloth from number one, you're elevating your soul. You're clearing out any emotional stresses. So, in so many ways, the, the cup number one is in a way elevating your soul. At the same time, any psychological problem you had is handled. I've seen something very interesting. Those of people who have gone through the experience with Corona and gone through the wrapping their head and everything with cancers, they become totally different character, personality, and way of talking and living if you have the recordings of them from the past. So, in a way, by elevating gradually by the long term uses of the gases on your head and your body, then you'll find out a lot of psychosomatic diseases will not be existing. Understanding becomes easier because now we all live within an environment. We're all making ganses and cups and everything. The cups does not stand in the cup, the gans you see. The gans spreads in all over your house, in your body and everything. It brings everything to balance. I don't know how many of you, if you live in a family, have noticed if you've been using gans, especially cup one, because one of you got affected and you're cleaning and everything around it. How has the love affair in the house has changed? Has it brought balance in the house? Where the misunderstanding are not there as they used to be? What is the psychological effect on the society with bringing man in peace by using these gases? At the same time, when you have the deficiency in these materials which the body needs, as you receive, a lot of diseases disappear. You should have got the message when we showed a video of the old lady in the time of the Gans, what we call blueprint. She was sitting and saying, with this Gans, my blood pressure has changed, the inflammation in my ankles have gone, now I can walk, if you remember it. She was, if I'm correct, the mother of the two brothers, one in with the corona and one with helping the brother with corona.
Yeah, I believe it was the grandmother who cured her arthritis while she was trying to get rid of the
Corona.
virus.
Yep. So we will see a massive changes. Is come. But then we have to adjust it for different diseases. The doctors will come in very rapidly. We have a beautiful, two gorgeous doctors in Iran, Dr. Asid and Dr. Barapur. These two guys are going like a bullet in every aspect of the technology with the Iranian community, with the Iranian scientists and team. They work 24 hours a day, these two doctors, from the day one. Actually, doctor, you know, you have a what we call a team doctor when you have a football team moving and your members get sick and is there, the doctor runs on the ground. Dr. Parapur has been like this. He's with the Keshe Foundation team. The minute they fall, because they continuously pick up infections, is there like a team doctor, patching them up, putting them on the ground, and within hours they're back in. And we're seeing a lot of it. And in so many ways, it has been for the development of the technology and the science. There's a misunderstanding, especially in the Iranian community, that they think the Keshe Foundation is just coming and happen to be in Iran only. And they have this misunderstanding of it, where they don't understand that they've received a complete technology, what is developed by Keshe Foundations around the world over years. And in so many ways, this misunderstanding has been abused by certain people, trying to say they're the ones who brought the technology to Iran and the rest of it. Technology was brought to Iran 12 years ago by Ahmadinejad for the space development, and many people followed it that time. It's the reality that now we will bring out. I'm sure there's going to be a race for who can find what mixture for what disease. If, let's say, we have at this moment, let's say 10,000 diseases and all sorts of problems in our physical body, from psychological to physical. If within the next 3 years we have 3,000 left, we are lucky. The way the knowledge will spread so rapidly, as we see in Iran, and most of you see it with Corona, we will get rid of 70 to 90% of all our diseases. The balance we cannot do is primarily the accident and evolution. And with this, we cannot tamper with evolution, because can create a lot of other things and the problems. You have to understand the evolutionary changes is not that it's happening to what is going on now. The soul of the man is aware of the new positions of the earth to come up in hundreds of thousands of years. So he's aware of the fields which are coming, and is adapting the body of the man to be ready for this time. So mankind cannot tamper with evolutionary side, unless you want to take man out of the equation altogether. So in a way, 10 to 15% of what we call diseases, which are evolutionary based, will stay. And then the other 15%, which is, let's say, under 1,500, is mistakes of man, accidents. You get a cancer of breast when the calcium comes in and piles up, and for different reasons, then become a cancer. But you get a cancer of breast when somebody hits you in the breast head on and there is a lump sum. Happen to be a calcium there, and this converts into a cancer cell. What we see with many women wearing of the tight breasts, what we call wrappers, you call it brows, does the same thing. This salt vibrates here, irritates, and leads to cancer. If women knew what damage these brows does to them and increases the rate of their cancer, women will walk around without it. The beauty of the woman should not be wrapped. And then they understand. This is why we see huge cancer increase in the younger and younger women age, because the cycle of creation and activity in sexual behavior deposits huge amount of calcium in the body, ready for the children to be born. And then now you tighten it in the package. Now you put the salt on a wound and you rub it, and body tries to cover it, it becomes a cancer. Now we understand we have to protect ourselves. And these are what we call the accidental conditioned by man. It's nothing to do with emotion. When you get hit hard by the breast or the misconduct in behavior, sexual behavior, you will see cancer, breast cancer, because you have wounded it, and then the calcium seed is there. If it's a wound on the skin, it changes the skin till you get rid of it. As you see it, you peel it, and there's more of it. The same thing happens inside your body when you damage and you trap the calcium in. We see a massive, massive cancer in abused women, which are physically abused, or they have misconducted themselves with behavior in the sexual behavior with their breast. If you have an abused partner who beats you or hit you or whatever in your breast or your body, expect a cancer in your breast. It's the same with other part of the body. When we see incompetent surgeons who cut the different organs, they don't care because the money is more important what they are doing. They're just there while they're cutting and thinking about the fraud which this operation brings them, create cancers in the body of the patients, because the misalignment of the cells, what they do, will create the same position as corona, become the seed for the cancer, and the patient dies later on due to cancers. These are what we have to watch for. We cannot stop. So 70% to 90% of the what we call diseases which kill us now will be eradicated by use of cancers. But at the same time, because it's a natural process, we will see no side effect with Gans technology, because the body does it in accordance to its acceptance of the field, not with the present pharmaceutical.